Welcome to Boise Regional Realtors 2021 Installation of Officers and Directors. Please welcome BRR's 2020 President, Michelle Bailey.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Michelle Bailey, your 2020 President of Boise Regional Realtors. We're so glad you can join us tonight as we wrap up what has been a year of many unexpected challenges and changes to both our personal and professional lives. We want to celebrate all we were able to accomplish despite these circumstances and install our 2021 leadership team, who will continue to guide the association through this ongoing time of change. While we are not able to gather in person, we are happy to be able to share this important event with even more members than ever by streaming this event live. By doing many of our events online throughout 2020, we have increased our membership engagement nearly 30%. Especially among members in Jim and Elmore counties who joined the association in recent years. Increasing member engagement is a goal many of us in leadership strive for. And who could have guessed that a pandemic would force us to make our events virtual would do just that. And while we won't be hosting virtual only events forever, understanding how to produce events virtually in addition to in-person events will only bring more value to our members. As we usually do, we want to start out by thanking our many leaders who have helped over the past year. Idaho Real Estate Commission leadership, Executive Director Michelle Bird, Commissioner Mike Gamblin. Our State Association leadership, Idaho Realtors CEO David Hensley, 2020 State President Marion Wadsworth, 2021 State President Cindy Hunter, and Idaho Realtors West District Vice President Katrina Weir. Our National Association leadership, NAR Directors Krista Deacon, Carrie Farmer, and Gail Hartnett. Also, the leadership from Intermountain MLS, CEO Glenn Kristoff, 2020 President Katrina Weir, and 2021 President Shirley Cook. And last, but certainly not least, the 2020 President of the Realtors Community Foundation, Andrea Anderson, and the 2021 Foundation President, Gary Salisbury. These leaders have helped guide their organizations through this crazy year, each figuring things out as new challenges presented themselves, always looking out for the best interests of our members, and I have enjoyed working with each of them as BRR President. Despite things not going quite as expected, BRR has still been able to accomplish so many things for our members. We've advocated with local officials to keep real estate essential during COVID-19 shutdowns, allowing you to continue to do business and serve clients. We've had a record-breaking RPAC fundraising year, yay! Both in the amount of money raised, over $208,000, and the number of major investors who have stepped up to protect our industry. We've provided ongoing updates to members and consumers regarding mortgage forbearance information and scam warnings, as well as rental support and tenant guidance with the goal of keeping people in their homes. We've launched a career center and a new Getting Started in Real Estate resource, connecting job seekers interested in the real estate industry with local employers and brokerages. We've had to shift events to virtual formats as quickly as possible, including our annual housing summits, our 100-year anniversary celebration, all committee and board meetings, and even this event. The silver lining, of course, is that it has increased our member reach nearly 30% compared to last year. We've launched an on-demand online new member orientation and chat tool to assist members. We've achieved 1.5 million impressions for our 100th anniversary consumer campaign promoting the value of realtors on ktvb.com, Boise Dev, and the Idaho Statesman. And we hosted an economic update with NAR's chief economist, Dr. Lawrence Yoon, and provided access to amazing speakers through our 59-minute meeting series and member expo. These are just a few of the accomplishments we've had over the past year, none of which would have been possible without the dedication and hard work of BRR's many volunteer leaders. I'd especially like to recognize our 2020 BRR committee chairs and vice chairs, and over 100 members who have dedicated their time and insights to more than a dozen committees. And of course, our 2020 BRR Board of Directors, who I have to give a personal thank you to for always being prepared to discuss issues, respectfully debating ideas and policies, and making big decisions about the future of BRR to ensure we have the programming and resources to fulfill our mission of bring resources to realtors to help them succeed in their business. We have one member who is completing his term on the BRR board this year, whom I'd like to thank now, Phil Mount. Phil, will you please turn on your video and show us your plaque? Dang it. Phil served as our immediate past president this year, but will continue to stay involved in 2021 through the foundation board. We're not the only ones who have recognized Phil's outstanding contributions to the association. He was also named the 2020 State Realtor of the Year, thanks to his volunteer leadership and work in advocacy. Phil, thank you for all you've done for BRR so far and all that I know that you will continue to do for our real estate industry moving forward. We would also like to thank the outgoing directors from the Realtors Community Foundation Board of Directors. So as I say your name, please turn on your video so we can thank you for your service. And can you show us your plaques? Danielle Kolop, and Jim Steelsmith. We truly appreciate your time and contributions over the years and the good works you've helped the foundation accomplish in 2020. Looking ahead to 2021, the foundation has some ambitious plans to continue grant funds to local nonprofits and supporting a variety of community service projects. Those efforts will be led by an outstanding board of directors, whom we recognize and install now. So incoming foundation directors, if you're able, please turn on your video as I call your name. 2021 Foundation President, Gary Salisbury. Vice President, Shannon Berry. Immediate past President, Andrea Anderson. Treasurer, Kim Daly. Realtor Outreach Committee Chair, Jamie Motzdorf. ROC Co-Chair, Lucas O'Neill. Directors, Krista Deacon, Cindy Elliott, Becky Enrico Crum, Ruthie New, Phil Mount, and Tina Turner. Directors, I am honored to have the privilege of installing you as our 2021 Foundation leadership. Under your leadership, the Foundation will continue its mission of improving the quality of life in the Boise region through housing-related projects and grants. Know that you have the full support of the association's leadership and our appreciation for the good works you support through the Realtor Outreach Committee and the charitable organizations supported through your grants and community service efforts. At this time, will each of you turn on your mics and raise your right hand? Then please respond, "I do," after I read each of the following 3 statements. Do you solemnly swear to administer your office to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the Foundation's bylaws?
I do.
I do.
Do you, to observe and enforce the Code of Ethics, uphold and support the ideals of the National Association of Realtors, Idaho Realtors, and Boise Regional Realtors by yourself and others?
I do.
I do.
That you will, in your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner promote and safeguard the best interests of the Foundation, the association, and our shared community.
I do.
I do.
By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me by the current president, as the current president of the Boise Regional Realtors, I hereby proclaim you to be duly and officially installed. Congratulations.
Yay. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. You may now turn off. Huh?
Good work.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. You may now turn off your video and please mute your mics. And on a personal note, I will do my best not to rain the tears on this one. I've had the honor of serving as your association president for the last year, and I couldn't have asked for a more humbling experience. Not everyone understands why some choose to be involved in the association or the work that we do, and it's okay. For those that choose to get involved, they begin to understand the deep commitment that so many have to improving our industry. It's through the volunteer work and serving others that you really get to see the teamwork, the collaboration, and the leadership at a high level. The demonstration of your servant hearts taking place and making a difference in our communities. As I prepared for this evening and reflected over the last year, sure, there were some disappointments about what I missed, but mostly there was pride and so much gratitude for what we did accomplish this year. I was able to focus on helping others through some trying times, financial struggles, reevaluations of life priorities, and providing direction to all of you through a pandemic. You see, I love dealing with the big stuff. My background is dealing with the big stuff. Maybe not as great at the small stuff. Like, sorry, Brianna, I missed your birthday. And sorry, Michelle DeRoos, it took me a year to pronounce your last name correctly. But joking aside, I didn't have to worry about all the details because we have a phenomenal staff that executes daily and shows up to fight for us, even when we don't understand or fully appreciate the work the association does. Words cannot accurately describe the level of commitment that they demonstrate. They sometimes work nights and weekends to help us deliver on our promises and help us continue working in an industry that we love so much. So thank you, staff at BRR, for all you do to advocate, educate, and connect on our behalf. Did you get that, Brianna? I want to share a little about my personal journey this year. Aside from being president of the association, I've served on the Idaho Realtors Board of Directors. I've chaired NAR's Emerging Business and Technology Forum, and I'll finish my 4th year right now on the MLS Board of Directors. That's just my volunteer work. Aside from that, this year I've closed 30 transactions on my own. I ran a real estate team. I've hired, trained, and mentored other realtors. I started a side hustle as a real estate coach, coaching others around the nation. And I just finished a book collaboration about resilient women in real estate. I'm not sharing this to say, oh, look at me, I'm so amazing. I'm sharing this because there's this stigmatism about being a volunteer leader and that you can't have a big business or a big life and volunteer at the same time. Clearly, that is not the case. If it's something you're interested in, I encourage you to get involved and help make a difference. I guarantee it will have a bigger impact on your heart than you realize. Last year, outgoing President Phil Mount started a tradition that I'm excited to continue, passing along the Realtor coin to the incoming president. I'm sorry I don't have it with me to show you. The coin was first unveiled at the 2018 NAR Leadership Summit. Incoming local, state, and national Realtor leaders and association executives were presented with the Realtors Own It coins in appreciation for their commitment to serve their fellow Realtors and their willingness to lead our associations. The coins serve as tokens of gratitude, and yet receivers do not get to keep the coin. Instead, they re-gift the coin, passing it along to another Realtor that embodies the Own It spirit. And I'm happy to present the coin to our incoming president, Jeffrey Wills.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome, sir.
I appreciate that. Can you just toss it across the ocean to me?
You're welcome. Yes, it's on its
I
way.
love you. Thank you so much.
I will now turn the program over to our Chief Executive Officer, Brianna Vanstrom.
All right. Well, Michelle, don't turn your stuff off just yet. You can turn your mic off, but don't turn your camera off, all right? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Michelle. It's my honor each year at installation to say a few words about the past year and share some thoughts about what's to come, and really to thank the volunteers who gave their time and expertise to the association, but really to me in particular. As Michelle said, this year did not go anything like we had planned. But not just for the association, but, for our market and for the members' businesses, but, really for the experiences that we had hoped to provide to the board and Michelle as our president. I've shared my disappointment about that with Michelle and Jeff about projects we maybe couldn't do, plans that had to be modified, or, things we simply had to just put on hold that we were really looking forward to. But throughout it all, their support, flexibility, and willingness to make some really tough decisions was a demonstration of true leadership. I've heard from some of my colleagues, though, unfortunately around the country, who didn't have the good fortune of a board like ours during this time, or a president like Michelle. Someone who embodied what we are all taught when we go through leadership training, that it's not about you. An association president is the steward of the association's immediate and long-term goals. And yes, you got our value proposition right, very good. But, just looking at what we need to do going forward and doing what's best for the members. For BRR, as Michelle said, our mission is to bring those resources to members to help them do their business professionally and successfully. And when COVID hit and the real estate market temporarily stopped, thankfully temporarily, but it just stopped, Michelle went to work. She said that, we were maybe working on nights and weekends, but she was right alongside with us. And we worked out what the changing rules and regulations meant for our members and to figure out what information that people needed to know to keep their businesses going and how to protect themselves and their clients. We even gave her admin access to our Facebook page for a little bit, but so she could go live and speak directly to members. We immediately revoked it afterwards, but we did let her do that for a minute. But in all seriousness, Michelle was a reassuring voice to members through those Facebook Live videos, recorded messages, and our many, many email updates that we sent you guys. But letting people know that, what they could do for their business to protect themselves, to keep things going, but also that she was available to them personally if they had questions or concerns. But also to set expectations that we had for the industry that, even though our business was deemed essential, it did not mean business as usual. But as we realized that virtual is going to be the path forward for pretty much everything in 2020, as it is tonight, she was open-minded and enthusiastic about ideas and changes we had to make to ensure that we stayed connected with members, helping us launch all kinds of new stuff that she shared with you already. And I truly think the things that we learned as a staff, as a team, and as a board are going to help us for years to come as we think about what our association can do for members, how we deliver our services, and how we provide value to people through times of uncertainty or prosperity. But speaking of prosperity, and I'm glad you were able to share your successes, Michelle, because as many of you know, Michelle is a top producer, and she has given generously to our industry through RPAC as a Platinum Hall of Fame investor. For those of you that don't know, that's like the top thing that you can do, and that's amazing. It's a huge commitment. But she also gives to people if she finds out they're struggling. She has quietly paid people's rents or mortgage payments. She's helped with utility bills and other things that people need to really pay for the success that she's found in real estate. So we wanted to make a gesture similar to something we thought she would do on her own as just one way to thank her for all she's done this year. So BRR has made a donation in her name to Catch, which will help a family experiencing homelessness pay a rental deposit to get into a new home. When I reached out to Stephanie Day, the executive director at Catch, to tell her why we were making this donation, all she said was, "Wow, Michelle seems like a pretty cool lady," and I'd have to agree. Well, I could go on about everything Michelle has done for the association and for our members and for me personally. I just want to thank her once again for being the epitome of what we all hope to have in a president and a friend. We kind of joke the most difficult part of an installation is feeling as though we're saying goodbye to our outgoing president. She's already said that, as we welcome in our new team. But don't worry, she's still on the executive committee, the board of directors, and all that stuff. We already have our own committees next year. But I think we solved that issue this year. For those of you that don't know, Michelle is building a cabin, and what we've done is, I don't have it in my office with me, but we have a little keychain that we made that says BRR Staff Retreat on it. So you can just give us a key and I'll just work from there most of the time. So I'll just see you there. It'll work out great. We'll be good to go. But we have one other gift too. We have a gift certificate to the Shore Lodge, the Cove Spa in McCall, and there's enough on there to bring a friend. So just tell me when you want to go and it'll be great. So we'll have a good time. So with that, I just want to thank you, Michelle, again for a crazy year, an awesome year, and thank you so much for everything you did, just truly and sincerely. So thank you. So you can go away now if you want, because I'm going to start crying if I keep looking at you. Okay, bye. All right. Okay, so we'll keep going. Thanks, Michelle. All right, so let me compose myself. Sorry, everybody. Okay. So this is now my 6th installation at BRR, and each year they get more and more special. During my first few years here, though, many of the people who served as president, they were already in line to do so well before I arrived. Jeff Wells, though, was the first president to be, I should say, who reached out to me as CEO to seek my advice on running for the position. I remember when we met for coffee and he asked me if I thought he could do it. And then we talked about why he was interested in serving and some of the ideas he had. He also said something that meant a lot to me. And he may not even remember, but he wanted to be sure I was still going to be around and not go anywhere between then and now when he was president. Maybe just because he didn't want to deal with the search committee. I don't know what it was, but still being a relatively new person to Boise at that time and in my position, it really meant a lot to know that there was a potential leader out there who wanted to work with me and was excited to get into that role and excited about the ideas and the kind of culture that we were hoping to build. So I certainly won't take credit for him wanting to run for president because I know that was certainly something he was thinking of before, but it really meant a lot. So thank you, Jeff. And you know, just thinking of the year to come, Jeff, your passion and enthusiasm for our industry and your business is remarkable. Like Michelle, you've already voiced over this past year that being president isn't about you or it's your year, but it's about making sure we do what's necessary to help our members. Not only is that your outlook for BRR, but for your own business. It's been really fun over the past few years to hear about the ideas you've had to grow your business and see you achieving goals of earning your broker's license, growing a successful team, and now coaching other realtors to achieve success as well. I know your drive to do the best in everything you take on will serve the association well. And while I won't claim to know what 2020 has in store, which you guys know is very hard for me because I'm a planner and I very much dislike uncertainty, what I do know is that the staff here at BRR are here to help you, Jeff, and work alongside you as we know you will do for us. And I also know and speak on behalf for all of the incoming directors at the local, state, and national level that we couldn't be more excited for what's to come through your leadership. So with that, let's get on to the installation. Every year, we install both new and continuing directors to symbolize the group effort and team culture we have at BRR. It's a culture of collaboration, innovation, respect, and professionalism, and friendship. It's what makes our association, I think, so special and so successful. Next, I'm pleased to welcome Cindy Hunter, the 2021 president of Idaho Realtors, to do the honors. And as Cindy's getting her video and mic turned on, I'd like to announce the list of members who are being installed tonight. And as I read your name, you can turn on your video, but please hold off on turning on your mics for just another moment. All right, so everybody ready with your video button? First up, President-elect Becky Enrico Crum, Vice President Debbie Myers, Treasurer Ed Sperry, Immediate Past President Michelle Bailey, our directors Krista Deacon, Michelle DeRuse, Cindy Elliott, John Evans, Elizabeth Hume, PJ Johnson, Rena Kerfoot, and Susan Weaver, and our state directors Carlos Bendeck, Josh Cummings, Julie DiLorenzo, Chelsea Huff, Zachary Lopez, Phil Mount, Peach Peterson, Gary Salisbury, Jim Steelsmith, and our national directors, Carrie Farmer and Gail Hartnett. So with that, Cindy, over to you.
Thank you, Brianna. For some reason, it's not letting me turn on the video. It's saying that the host has stopped it. So I think it's in your capable hands to turn that on, if you wouldn't mind. There we go. Thank you. And good evening, everyone. It's really great to see all of your faces, even if we aren't able to be in person. It's wonderful to be able to be here and to be given the honor of installing your 2021 local, state, and national leadership. And as we get started, I would like to commend all of you for the truly outstanding example you set through your commitment to service and to leadership. The members of the Boise Regional Realtors have elected you to an office of honor and responsibility. According to your ability and through your active participation, you will shoulder the responsibility and render the service that is expected of you. The association, by the same token, has a responsibility to support you. You are on a threshold of a year that will be full of challenges and opportunities, no doubt. This association, and you personally, will experience outstanding growth directly because of the contributions you will each bring to your new positions. Under your leadership and guidance, the association will continue to help members thrive in their businesses and continue to improve our communities. At this time, I would like to ask all of you to turn on your mics and raise your right hands. And then please respond, "I do," after each of the following three statements I'm about to read. I do solemnly swear to administer your office to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the charter and bylaws. Please say I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you solemnly swear to observe and enforce the code of ethics, uphold and support the ideals of the National Association of Realtors, Idaho Realtors, and Boise Regional Realtors, and endeavor to secure the observance and enforcement of real estate law in the state of Idaho by yourself and others? Please say I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you solemnly swear that you will, in your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner promote and safeguard the best interests of our industry, the high purpose of the organization you are serving, and the welfare of our membership? Please say I do.
I do.
I do.
Then, by the virtue of the authority conferred upon me as 2021 president of Idaho Realtors, I hereby proclaim you to be duly and officially installed. Congratulations, everyone.
Cindy?
And with my best wishes for 2021, and as we've said many times this year, and you're going to hear, unfortunately, more of this in 2021, please turn off your mics and your video now. And thank you, Jeff, for allowing me the honor of installing such an outstanding leadership team. I'm now pleased to welcome back and to greet him as my dear good friend, Mr. Phil Mount, the 2020 immediate past president of Boise Regional Realtors, to install your incoming president, another dear and wonderful friend, Mr. Jeffrey Wills. Phil and Jeff, please turn on your video and mics. And Phil, when you're ready, please feel free to get started. Thank you all and congratulations.
Thank you, Cindy. So first of all, let me, in addition to thanking Cindy, thank Jeff for asking me to have the incredible honor of installing him to this esteemed position. I'm truly humbled to be able to be here tonight and to do this for you. So let me quote a lyric. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. This lyric means a lot to Jeff. So much so, he has it tattooed somewhere on his torso. Molly, maybe you can disclose where exactly that is. This lyric seems so appropriate tonight as we recognize Michelle Bailey's wild, wild presidential year in the time of COVID. And we look to Jeff's new beginning in 2021. We're excited to see how BRR continues to adapt and how Jeff leads the organization to new places and in a new environment. It's been said that in challenging times that we somehow get the leader that we deserve. And boy, do we deserve to have Jeff as BRR's president next year. We deserve this man who displays such kindness and grace. This is the guy who, after all, printed cards saying, "I see you," to hand out to everyday folks that he thinks are doing a great job and have a great smile. And it's just a way to brighten their day. We deserve this man who is passionate about our industry. Jeff is the guy who stepped up to an RPAC Platinum this year at a time when Idaho was falling short of meeting our NAR President's Cup goals. And at the time when he was helping to rally fellow realtors across the state to step up, Jeff's $10,000 investment put us over the top, and we have met our criteria for the year. Bravo, Jeff.
Thank you.
We deserve this man who knows how to build a real estate business and lead a team of professionals. The Do Work Real Estate Group is one of the top producing teams in Idaho, and the agents and his team are the examples of ethical professionals that our industry looks to. We deserve this man who knows what really matters in life and who holds his wife, Molly, and his 3 beautiful children at the center of his life. Perfect timing, Jeff.
Oh yeah, almost on cue.
And even as he shrinks down to a shadow of his former self on his Peloton, Jeff does all that he does for the family that he loves so much. Boise Regional Realtors deserves Jeff Wills, and it's my pleasure to now install Jeff as our 2021 president. And now it's your turn, Jeff. Upon you has been bestowed the highest honor and responsibility of the Boise Regional Realtors. Please raise your right hand and say "I do" after I read each of the following statements. Do you accept the responsibilities of president of Boise Regional Realtors?
I do.
Will you uphold and defend the real estate license laws of the state of Idaho, the Realtor Code of Ethics, the bylaws and constitution of the National Association of Realtors, Idaho Realtors, and Boise Regional Realtors?
I do and I will.
Thank you. That you, in your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner promote and safeguard the best interests of our industry in the high purpose of Boise Regional Realtors and the welfare of our membership.
I do.
By the authority conferred upon me as an installing officer, I declare you duly installed as the 2021 president of Boise Regional Realtors. Congratulations.
Thank you, Phil.
We love you, Jeff.
Love you guys
So,
too.
ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to turn on your videos and mics and give your new president a show of support.
Awesome sauce.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Jeff.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
buddy.
guys.
Oh, as is
Congrats,
tradition,
Jeff.
as is our tradition, our past presidents pass the gavel to our new president. But as with all things in 2020, this had to be done a bit differently. After that, we have some special well wishes to share with you. So, Cassie?
Congratulations, Jeff Wills, on your installation as the 2021 Boise Regional Realtors Association Board President. It's quite an honor to serve in that capacity. I wish you the very best in 2021. Keep your head up, go forward, and always be positive. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jeff, as you become the 2021 president of the Boise Regional Realtors. I believe it was at a major investor event at the Capitol Cellars that I really got connected with you and started to watch you as you grew in your leadership. Keep your creative mind, your amazing mind going in 2021 as you lead the Boise Regional Realtors to new heights. I saved a little bit of voice, or actually I brought my voice back so that I was able to congratulate you. Can't wait till we can all be together again, and I know we will be soon. Congratulations as you're installed.
Hey, Jeff. First of all, congratulations. So very excited for you and just thrilled to see how your leadership has developed over the years and how you've come to this place to be our president in 2021. Just remember, as I tell everybody, always continue to lead from the heart, which I know won't be a problem for you at all, being that you have one of the biggest hearts I know. Congratulations. Super excited.
Good evening, Mr. President. Jeff, you're an exceptional guy and a strong leader. But I'd like to share just a few points that were of great value to me during my tenure. First, let me state the obvious. Recognize early and often the value of Brianna and the entire BRR staff to you. Secondly, read. Then ask good questions. And be sure to listen well. And finally, in your exceptional way, inspire your board of directors and the entire membership to advocacy, professionalism, and community. You have my number. I wish you a successful year.
Hey,
Hey Jeff, it's Carrie Farmer. I love wearing this mask. I don't even have to brush my teeth anymore. Anyway, I am thrilled to be able to watch you in action next year. Enjoy every single second. It's gonna go by fast. You've got amazing people at BRR, the staff and your fellow volunteers. So don't stress too much and enjoy the ride. Congratulations again.
Hey Jeff, I am so excited for you and for your journey and what's ahead. So you are going to make 2021 a fabulous year. We are so lucky to have you at the helm. So my words of advice to you are to not forget who you are. Just keep being you because you are amazing and just appreciate you so much. So just be you, boo.
Jeff, congratulations. I have just one word for you: savor. Savor every moment, savor every experience. It'll go by in a flash, but you will have the ride of your life. I'm so proud of you. Congrats again.
Hey Jeff, congratulations on your year in installation. And as outgoing president, my advice is to pivot. Actually, don't ever say that word again, but be flexible, because you never know what your year is going to bring and you have zero control. Love you.
Hey Jeff, just wanted to say congratulations on your new role at Boise Regional Realtors. You are such a great leader and someone that people can really look up to, and it's such a privilege for all of the agents in the Valley to be able to see you in this role and to learn from you and to be influenced by your leadership and all the strengths that you offer to the community. So congratulations, you're going to do a great job and can't wait to see what you accomplish this year.
Happy presidency, Jeffrey Eugene Wills. Super proud of you, man. Hey, I mean, you've always been the head honcho, but now you're the big cheese. You're the El Capitan. And man, I salute you. Super proud of you, buddy.
Jeffrey, I'm so proud of you. The work that you put in and the love that you have for your industry is just beyond compare. I'm so excited for you to have this next year as president of BRR. I know you've worked so hard for it and you're going to absolutely crush it.
You snuck in a bunch of people that never had the gavel. That wasn't fair.
Yeah, keep together, Jeff. Just a little while longer. And thank you to all the past presidents, and thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this event. So let me go back to the lyrics. Now it's time for you to go out to all the places you will be from. Every beginning comes from some other beginning's end. This is your beginning, Jeff. Congratulations. Again, we love you so much. And over to you.
Wow. Thank you, Phil.
And congratulations.
Wow. Takes back tears this quick. I thought, wow, I won't be in front of everyone. I won't get emotional. Boy, was I wrong. First of all, I have to say sorry to Brianna. We had training about not using headphones for media training just as last week. Here, I am using headphones. I didn't want feedback. My apologies. I had to take a second and say a couple of thank yous to start out. Thank you. Well, first off, I believe it's Ed Sperry's birthday. I think I saw that on Facebook, so I wanted to take a second to say happy birthday to Ed. I didn't see him on here, but I'm not sure. Maybe he's watching live, but happy birthday, Ed, if you're hearing this. Thank you to Michelle Bailey. Wow. Yeah, what a ride that was. And just thank you so much for your leadership and for seeing someone just be in that position with such grace. I hope to fill half of your shoes this next year. And thank you for your leadership and for your friendship. It means so much. Cindy Hunter, thank you so much for being a great leader, and I'm excited for all Idaho Association of Realtors has for you this next year, and excited for our presidencies to line up and do some amazing things together, I hope. You're amazing, and the Idaho Association is lucky to have you. David Hensley, I don't know if you're on here, but as the CEO of IR, you're amazing. We're lucky to have you, especially in this year with all the connections with the state. And so I appreciate your friendship and also your leadership as well. Marion, if you're on here, I hope there's a unicorn somewhere nearby you, and go Niners. Thank you for your friendship and your leadership, and what a crazy year as well you had. I appreciate you so much. Brianna Vanstra, our amazing CEO. Yeah, I don't remember that statement, so thank you for sharing that with me. I do remember that coffee. I was just felt so young and not equipped in so many ways, but I appreciate your insights and excited to take on this role, and excited and just tickled pink that I'll be able to have you as my CEO in all of this. My broker, Krista Deacon, thank you for all that you do, not only as a mentor and a friend, but for our brokerage and for as a representative and a leader in our industry. I appreciate you. Phil, man, I couldn't have asked for someone better to install me as my daughter and her friend come down the stairs screaming. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for just being a person that I'm happy to spend time with within our industry, who is just a beacon to everyone in regards to giving back to our industry. And thank you for being the type of person that I would ask to install me and also be thrilled to get caught in a snowstorm in Vegas with, which I don't think happens to a lot of people. So Phil, I love you, my friend, and thank you for everything. All the other board of directors, thank you for being here with me along the way. It's been an honor to serve alongside you. We didn't have any new board members this year, so we kind of had the same clan. I kind of feel like the returning Super Bowl champs that didn't lose anyone from their squad and didn't have to deal with any rookies. So I'm kind of excited about that. So thank you all. Becky, excited to have you right behind me. Becky and Rico Crum, we're so lucky to have you coming right up behind me and into the leadership position. And it's going to be our immediate past president now. It's a fun role. Enjoy it. Because you'll blink, and I remember being at Michelle's installation just like 2 seconds ago, and here we are. Debbie, my previous broker, who I absolutely love to death, I am so happy you decided to run for vice president and put yourself in position to take this on at some point. So excited to serve with the entire new executive team. My real estate team, Candace Garrett, oh man, what a year. Can't say thank you enough for your support and for all that you do to allow me to have a bigger reach by taking care of our amazing clients and allowing me the time to even be engaged like this. I can't say thank you enough to you guys. And then my family, my kiddos, they're running amok. You've seen them kind of jump in and out. I'm sure you've heard them in the background. I love them so much. They're the reason for everything. And then my amazing wife who showed up on that video, Molly, thank you. I can't do any of this without you and your support. Thank you for being an incredible wife to me. Thank you for being an incredible model to our kids, how to be a business owner and an incredible mom all at the same time, not having to sacrifice anything. You are a rock star and you're my rock. So thank you so much. Okay, moving into my remarks. There's a lot of thank yous. If I forgot you, I didn't forget you, because every single person here, I love you guys. Okay. So I didn't want to do like a, I can't even think right now, a presentation, but so I did some like printouts. So bear with me. I'm double screened up here, and this is going to be, I'm excited about this. So this here is called an abulus. I believe I'm saying that right. I never use that word to describe this ever. Thanks, Kuna. Just kidding. I love Kuna. But it's called an abulus. And obviously many of us know this sign from our early years in school as a division symbol. Divided, the word divided. In preparation for my remarks tonight, I thought a lot about that word, divided. This caused me to kind of visually re-examine this symbol here. And the more I looked at it, the more I kind of saw, like from a bird's eye view, from above, it looks to me like two people divided by a wall. which kind of brought me to this photo right here. Kind of made me think more along these lines. As I looked at this photo and really started thinking about the word divided in this year of 2020, I really started to detest this damn wall. Like I just really did in a lot of ways, because it truly symbolizes so much for us as a culture and as a people right now. Our politics, the last election, all things COVID, including the logistics of this installation, our current lopsided real estate market and this valley's growing pains and tensions between buyers and sellers, locals and out-of-staters, into even divisions with school boards and teachers unions, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know about all of you, but a huge part of my soul, it's exhausted and it's tired. And so many times as leaders and business owners, coaches, parents, providers, the logistics that surround our time, the people that depend on us, and the balls that we just cannot drop, they don't allow for any of that to truly settle in. And as the old saying my dad used to say all the time goes, and I miss him, I wish he was here tonight. He said, no sense of complaining. No one wants to hear that shit anyways. And he's right, to an extent. Sorry, Brianna, I told you I'd curse a couple times, but I tried to tactfully put those words where I wanted to. But for this moment, as fellow leaders, I want to validate those feelings. I want to validate the shit show of 2020. And maybe more importantly, I want to validate each and every one of you and your experience with it, because it has been so real. However, for as real as it's been, nothing has been more real than all of your resilience. And it has been amazing to see. I mean, just look at who all is in attendance tonight. I mean, we're not together, but we are still here. And that is saying something. And while I could not be more proud of this association, both our amazing staff, our CEO, and all of our selfless giving back realtors who create the board, who create all the committees and so on. While I could be more proud of all your work through this year, there's so much more we have the ability to do and to impact, and so much more we have the power to connect. So as many of you know, the Boise Regional Realtors, our value proposition and our tagline, if you will, is advocate, educate, and connect. I was in attendance at that in-depth strat planning years ago in Garden City along the Boise River. I do not remember the name of the building, but I was in attendance that day. Early in my term on the board of directors, as the board diligently combed through a plethora of words, zingers, phrases, and to actually formulate that value proposition of advocate, educate, and connect. I was also in the strat planning session as a board member where it was announced that those three words, advocate, educate, and connect, would coincide. Emmett Eugene, he's singing, that's great. For those three words would coincide with the next 3 years of the Boise Regional Realtors and their respected presidents. And that meeting just happened to be at the Boise City National Bank, downtown Boise, in building 805. That used to be the old Chamber of Commerce office and location where the very first Boise Local Realtor Association meeting was held over 100 years ago. And what I'm about to say next, I say very matter-of-factly, I do not say tongue-in-cheek, and I truly mean this. When leaders take thoughtful and meaningful action to selfishly work to improve the lives of businesses and well-being of others, I truly believe in moments like that, divine intervention can find its way into a group of leaders, regardless of your religious affiliations. I believe I truly do, to my core. When I really put the talk together, I believe that divine intervention from the very origin of those three words, advocate, educate, and connect, that day along the Boise River, and in that board meeting in building 805, the same walls where it all started 100 years ago. And finally having those words, advocate, educate, connect, finding their way into our strat plan as a 3-year guide was divine. And let me show you what I mean by divine intervention. And this might be backwards, I apologize, but advocate. Is there a person on this earth that instills advocacy more than this man right here in his presidential year? I do not think so. There's not one. Educate. All she does is teach. She continually leads and teaches. I mean, she coaches realtors across the entire country. She educates continually. So that was, again, divine intervention. And lastly, the word connect. And then I had this little chart here. We truly have never needed the word connect more than we do right now as we round out the year of 2020. However, the unique gift of personal choice and agency will be the guiding light out of this darkness that 2020 has caused. Do I choose to live in fear, or do I choose to connect with clients, family, and friends around me? Do I choose to continue to choose ego over brotherhood, or do I connect with that person across the aisle of my political beliefs to connect and merge the gap? Do I choose to take the path of easy towards the sideline, out of the spotlight, or do I connect with the leader within and lead boldly by example? Do I narrow my vision based on the circumstances that surround us in the world to ensure my success, or do I selflessly connect with others, resources, and opportunities around me to bring as many as I can out of this together? Staff members, fellow board members, fellow realtors and affiliates, as your incoming president, I set forth a challenge to each of you as you move forward into 2021 to diligently seek out opportunities to be a connector and have the continual courage to take action when those moments to connect cross your path. Like planting a seed, I promise you, if we all plant those connections together, the harvest of community within our industry, our neighborhoods, and this association that we all love so much will be more bountiful than ever. I leave you this evening with a poem from my 7-year-old son who turns 8 in 2 days, Reese. He was tasked to memorize this poem for school. I did not memorize it, my apologies. He is much smarter than I am. And I hope that it will inspire you to truly seek out opportunities to connect as we move this amazing industry and association into 2021. And that poem is called Little by Little, and it's anonymous. Little by little, an acorn said, as it slowly sank in its mossy bed, I am improving every day, hidden deep in the earth away. Little by little, each day it grew. Little by little, it sipped the dew. Downward it sent a thread-like root. Up in the air sprang a tiny shoot. Day after day and year after year, little by little, the leaves appear, and the slender branches spread far and wide to the mighty oak in the forest's pride. Little by little, said a thoughtful boy, moment by moment I will well employ, and still this rule in my mind shall dwell, whatever I do it well. Little by little, I learned to know the treasured wisdoms of long ago, and one of these days, perhaps we'll see that the world will be better for me. I love you all. I wish I could hug every single one of you. I cannot wait for what our association will do in 2021. Thank you, everybody. Love you guys. I don't know what's next.
Awesome job,
I'm
Jeff.
just going to toast you. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. I don't have a drink by me, or I would toast you back.
For once, I have water. Congratulations.
Congrats, Jeff.
Thank
Finally,
you, guys.
Michelle.
Thank you guys so much.
Congrats, Jeff.
Thank you, Andrea.
Congratulations, Jeff, and to the whole team.
Cindy, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're gonna have a fabulous year.
I love you guys too so much.
Not bad for CUNY Kid.
Hey, thanks, Lucas. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, right. Goodness gracious.
And the most
Oh!
idea.